slowly pull it and I'm getting ran through by 100 guys.
There are only two outcomes that I believe will either happen. She will stop and change for the better. Pero yun yung mas mahirap na choice. Kaya malaki ang chance na piliin niya yung pangalawa. Yun ay gagawa pa siya ng mas malala rito.
Well, I started when I was at university. Being a anyway, could make a little bit of money.
What do you mean by you being a anyway?
Sleeping around with everyone. I've just always had quite like a sexual nature.
I don't believe that anyone is that sexual. They just become very sexual because of their environment. Imagine kultura nyo walang nagtutwerk, walang nag-o-objectify sa katawan. Paano ka magiging sexual kung ang tingin mo sa kantutan ay parte ng pagmamahalan?
I actually wanted to wait till marriage at one point. I just used to think it was a real special thing.
Lily, it is special, but the first one who fucked you didn't believe it was, and that broke your heart so much, you made yourself believe it's nothing special by fucking everyone. This is why I stopped sleeping with girls I think are good. Boys, I hope you stop messing with good girls. May mga kagaya niyang babae na nasa ilalim na ng landas na to. Yun na lang. Hindi na masisira ang kagaya niya dahil pinapaniwalaan niyang ayos lang. Napakalumbay nun pakinggan. But she's not gonna stop. Why would you stop an addiction if it's been a part of you like an extra body part? Like, why would you cut it off? You don't want to feel the excruciating pain when you can just live with it. Smoking is bad. You should stop. But why would you? The worst thing than dying from smoking is living the rest of your life trying not to smoke when you've already spent half of your life doing it. Lahat tayo believe that some of what we're doing is bad, but why stop when the consequences doesn't seem that bad? You live in the present, you don't see the future clear, but in the future you'll realize how much worse the consequences are.
And do you think your partner one day will be someone from the industry most likely, or?
I talk about this a lot with my parents because that's one thing I guess they worry about. Ever find a boyfriend? But there's so many guys out in the world. I think one poor bastard's got to marry me.
Tama siya na may magpapakasal pa rin sa kanya, subalit lumabas na rin sa bibig niya na one poor bastard. Alam niya kung sino man yon, as they're not the best she could have had.
I'm filming a video with a girl who's going to be sleeping with 100 guys in one day, and she is picking out her outfit for that day.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah.
Does she find them on the internet?
I can imagine na ganito magulang niya. Iniisip ng nanay niya na nagbabago na ang mundo. Tanggapin natin kung anong mangyayari. Inay, kung nanonood ka man at sa mga nanay na nanonood dyan, kung may mga pinaniniwalaan ka, panindigan mo.
This guy's paid for a bottle of spit in a 6-minute video.
Did what, sorry?
What?
So he paid for like a bottle of spit, just me like spitting into a bottle.
And is he going to receive that?
Yeah, I'll send it in the post.
Nakakatawa ang mundo. Nakakatawa ang mundo.
To observe the creation of a custom one of our subscribers had paid $300 for.
So the guys asked for a off instruction.
Is it that you're going to get him to eat his own semen?
Yeah.
Papakainin mo siya ng sarili niyang tamod.
You've obviously spoken to your parents about this, right?
I actually haven't. My parents know what I do, but they don't need to know the logistics. I do feel a little bit like embarrassed being like, Mom and Dad, I'm 100 guys.
Why?
I guess because it's not really what my parents would have wanted me to do.
Obviously.
Doesn't mean to say my parents are like gonna disown me or hate me or anything like that. I just don't want them to think less of me.
Sa bawat pag-uusap tungkol sa pamilya, doon ko lang nararamdaman yung emosyon niya. She's not gonna find this clip, but I believe in miracles. And I wanna say to her and anyone who's done sad things in the past, we both know it's not okay. But you're gonna be okay. You can stop now. You did enough. Naiintindihan ko pagiging mabait at malambing ng pamilya niya dahil ganun din yung pamilya ko sa ibang paraan. Kaya siguro mas nako-connect ako yung sarili ko sa kanya.
Remember my dad saying like my friends talked about you, like seeing your mobile, something like that. And
Isipin mo, nagiinuman kayo ng barkada mo. Biglang may nagsabi, uy, nakita ko katawan ng anak mo. Anong may isip ng tatay mo kapag naroon ka sa harap ng kaibigan niya? Ayoko masyado tong pag-isipan siya dahil may kakalat din akong skandal sa hinaharap. Kaya malalaman ko rin ang kasagutan. I'm giving you hints. Gusto ko lang maintindihan niyo in the future.
I'm sat here on a Sunday. I am feeling a little bit more lonely. My friends have all got boyfriends. You know, I see a comment and people are like, God, no one's ever going to marry you or something like that. And that can definitely like make me feel a little bit like, oh God, have I chose the wrong career?
Yes, and there's nothing you can do to erase it like me, but that doesn't mean all you can do is double down. You know, Lily, we might already be at the bottom lowest. It's harder to climb than to accidentally fall, but if that means you can forgive yourself in the end, and at least now there's a story that you can proudly talk in front of your family and even with strangers whose opinion you don't care about, might be nice, you know?
I think now I'd find it hard to make friends in terms of like real friends that really just see me for who I am. I'm not like pop star online, whatever. This kind of like persona.
Tinawag niya rin yun na persona. Ang iniisip ko talaga, gusto niya nang ilayo yung sarili niya pero hindi niya magawa dahil marami nang nakakaalam. Naririnig niyo yon? Nag-connect daw yung phone ko na naman. Yung nawawala akong phone na. Isa rin to kung bakit mahirap makaalis sa kamalian dahil ayaw mong tanggapin na may malaki at maling desisyon na hindi mo na maibabalik. Ano yun? Pagsisisihan ko lang, mahirap na lumayo dito dahil ayaw mong isiping sinayang mo to at hindi mo na mabubura. Kaya gagawa ka pa ng mas masama.
I've only ever felt empowered by the fact that I'm making money off something that I think guys will do anyway. Like guys are always going to sexualize me, so I may as well try and profit off that bit.
Yes, they are gonna sexualize you because they let horny stuff in their surroundings, you know, social media, friends, all that. And that's why I don't want my wife to work. Ito yung pinaka-importante. I want her to be smart enough to only go to places that are safe for her.
I mean, not all guys
I
are
want
gonna
my girl
sexualize
smart.
you.
I thought it might be helpful to hear the perspective of another OnlyFans creator.
The problem is that when you sign up to objectifying yourself, it's like you're signing a deal with the devil. Like,
Wow, she said it. Bad trip akong nawala yung phone ko. Let's just say may mga ganun talaga.
we keep seeing so many sort of outrageous stunt people assume they have to do that in order to get attention and followers. So it is just going to have to get more outrageous, which is quite scary.
So you would let like these guys do that on your face?
Yeah.
And in your mouth?
Yeah.
Payag siya sa bibig. I would find this very amusing 2 months ago. Pero ngayon, kontrolado ko na ang sarili wise. Paano yung mga batang nanonood nito? Lili sila yung susunod na mapoprogram dahil sa'yo na magpapakantot sa milyong tao. For those kids who are watching, I wanna say that this isn't normal and this shouldn't be a fantasy you wish for. Sa mga batang nanonood, hindi ito normal at hindi ito yung mga bagay na inyong dapat gayahin.
Finally, Lily arrived.
Let's go! Naawa na ako agad.
An hour behind schedule with a security guard on the door. 6 men sat anxiously on a sofa, waiting for their turn to have sex with Lily. Just as proceedings were about to commence, we were asked to leave. One of the men participating agreed to speak with us after having spent his allotted 5 minutes with
Hey,
Lily.
let's go.
This gonna has to be the most expensive shag ever.
Really?
Yeah.
How much?
200 to get tested, 250 for the fly.
Okay, 200 to get tested. That's 10k sa Pilipinas, more than 10k. Ang pinakamahal kong test is 7k, 6k. Pero may mga mura dyan chat sa mga clinic. May narinig ata akong 500 lang. Hindi ko sure kung kasama na dun yung gamot. Kapag meron ka, kung wala kayong ganong pera, mag-condom na lang kayo. Without a doubt.
How are you doing? How's it going so far? How many are we on? Only 8.
Only 8 chat? Pagkabukas ng pinto, naawa na ako sa kanya eh.
We were able to speak to another man as he left the Airbnb, although he seemed shaken by the experience.
It's not something that I'd normally do, but I was sort of, I thought, what was wrong?
Yeah. And like, how long did you get with her?
She said 5 minutes, and halfway through, she said she would start telling me. So, she
Oh!
said 5 minutes from there.
Asoy!
Do you know how many guys have gone before you?
No idea.
Are you happy you did it?
A little bit, I'm just
A little bit lang.
a bit nervous, you know, if anyone find out. My dad would keep me out straight away.
Then, finally, the feat was complete and we were invited inside.
Ayoko siyang makita.
Seeing 100 guys come to have sex with Lily in one day, was that
That
obviously
part didn't feel too intense. Checking in on Lily felt intense.
Mas intense i-check si Lily kasi nararamdaman mo yung emosyon niya, nararamdaman mo yung trauma. Umiyak ba siya?
Lily offered to show me the aftermath of their stunt.
holy
I think it was when it was only like 40 and I was like, I'm not even halfway yet. It's not for the weak girls, if I'm honest. It was hard. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Okay lang ba
I
siya?
think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a pro in a sense of,
Napapansin niyo bang pag iniisip niyo yung nangyari, humihinto siya tapos mukha siyang naging emotional?
it's just a different
Iiyak ba siya? She gonna cry.
feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
It's not like just having sex with someone.
yeah. Just one in, one out. Like, it feels intense.
Eto yung malala pa siya. Pagkatapos ng traumang to, tinatanong agad siya. Nalulungkot ako.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Naiisip niya agad yung mga nangyari sa kanya.
Just take
Yeah, 1 minute.
Ayaw kong putulan yung moment, pero base sa ugali na kanina ko pa naobserbahan, honest siya pero tumatakbo siya sa mga ginawa niya. Again, ito'y teorya at spekulasyon lamang, hindi ko siya kilala. Habang pinag-uusapan nila at naalala niya yung mga nangyari sa kanya, hindi siya nagstay sa pwesto kung saan niya naisip yun. Ibig sabihin may tinatakbuhan siya. May theory, kapag nag-usap uli sila na itong nagdo-documentary, ang sasabihin niya, something na emotional din, pero hindi yung pinakarason na gusto ko sanang subuin 1,000,000 kaso 100 lang nagawa ko ngayong araw. Ganun yung sasabihin niya kaysa sa pinaka nagpalungkot sa kanya, pinaka nagpayak sa kanya kasi nga tinatakbuhan niya yung naiisip niya ngayon. Really man, kanina pa ako nasasaktan. I hope that she's gonna be okay.
I think I was you know, when I talked to you last, like I was not nervous. It was like the day before. I guess the interactions weren't like I'd have to stop them early and like you'd have to stand on business and be like, I'm so sorry, you got to go, and like the awkward interaction of like you feeling pressure to have to make them come. Like you didn't give them a good time because like they only got 2 minutes.
That's what's making you feel emotional, is that maybe you think you didn't give some guys a good enough time today?
Yeah, and it's hard, I think, having the interactions with them when they're like, what, you're not going to make me finish, I've come all this way, like kind of like guilt tripping me a little bit.
Siguro nga naiyak din siya dahil dyan sa sinabi niyang yan, naniniwala ako na hindi yan yung pinakarason.
Sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like,
Disassociate is crazy. It's not the same as being in a flow state or zoning out when you're bored. Kapag nagsa-cellphone ka lang, kapag bored ka, parang wala din yung sarili mo. Disassociate, your brain do that to protect you from physical or mental trauma. Hindi yan yung simpleng nag-disconnect ka lang sa sarili mo kasi boring. Pinoprotektahan ka ng utak mo. That's fucking crazy.
When I decided to start making this documentary, I wasn't too sure of what to expect. I certainly didn't expect to see Lily
Ang ganitong klaseng yakap ay ibinibigay sa mga taong kailangan ng comfort, hindi sa taong nakagawa ng achievement na gusto nilang gawin sa buhay.
so upset at the end of it all. I thought perhaps in years to come she may look back at this day in sadness, but not so instantly afterwards. She had
Yun yung isa kong point last time na yun nga kapag nakagawa ka ng malaking maling desisyon sa buhay, pag matanda ka na, ayaw mong isipin na ginawa ko to, kumantot ako ng 100 tao, ayaw kong isipin na malungkot ako. So, ang gagawin ko, ipoprove ko na lang sa sarili ko na okay lang to.
stressed to me throughout my time with her how excited she was for this challenge and how this was her fantasy. So to see her so visibly upset at the end of it all. But my confusion was only added to in the days following our filming with Lily, as she announced to her fans that in February of 2025, she would be sleeping with 1,000 men in a single day.
Yun nga, mas pipiliin niya yung mas madaling desisyon na gumawa ng mas malala para patunayan sa lahat at sa sarili niya na ayos lang yung mga ginawa niya.
Someone overwhelmed with emotion after completing such a monumental challenge. Or maybe we saw the true toll this career can have on a person.
She is a sweet girl. I pray that 1,000 guys never happens and that she finds a future she can be proud of. Kung kailangan niya ng kausa para sa totoo niyang thoughts, sana makahanap siya ng kagaya nun.